Hi, this is Nancy Vitale. Welcome to a brief instructional video on my research project, and thank you very much for agreeing to participate. The name of the study is The Experience of Nursing Faculty Teaching from the Heart. It uses the methodology of narrative inquiry as developed by Clandon and Connolly. What is narrative inquiry? According to Clandon and Connolly, it is a collaboration between researcher and participants over time in a place or a series of places and in social interactions with milieus. An inquirer enters this matrix in the midst and progresses in the same spirit, concluding the inquiry in the midst of living and telling, reliving and retelling the stories of experiences that make up people's lives, both individual and social. Simply stated, narrative inquiry is stories lived and told. And again, I would like to thank you for your participation. This study has been approved by the Institutional Review Board at Tulsa Community College on January 4th, 2016. Thank you for returning your informed consents. If you have questions, you may call or email me at the addresses on the last slide of this video. You may withdraw from the study at any time, and there will be no pressure to give a rationale for doing so, as it is your right as a participant. Your confidentiality will be protected in this study. Your names will not be used, and you will choose a pseudonym, which you will include in your email when you send your informed consent in. Thank you. All transcripts and documents will be securely stored in locked cabinets and on password-protected computers. And before we share stories, I'd like you to know that one of the risks of being part of a fairly small community of faculty is that you may recognize someone else in the study and they may recognize you either by voice or circumstances. I would like to share some of the background of this study. For a number of years now, I've had the privilege of teaching pre-licensure nursing students in an associate degree nursing program in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Along the way, I've had many teachers and influences, an industrial organizational psychologist, other nursing faculty, Native American elders, a nursing theorist, my Reiki master, and the Institute of HeartMath faculty. Who are your teachers? Think about that for a minute. I've had some interesting experiences that involve synchronicity and connection and with students and other faculty. Other experiences were stressful in nature. What I've noticed, though, is that the pressure over the years to perform and to do increasing numbers of tasks has increased. Your experiences are uniquely yours and beg to be told. My wonders were, what are the experiences of those other teachers? How did those experiences emerge? And how did those experiences affect the way they taught and continue to teach, or the way they do their jobs as administrators? In other words, what are your stories of teaching from the heart? I'd like to do a guided meditation that will lead us through a process called the three-dimensional narrative inquiry space. And so just take a deep breath and come with me. As we sit down to reflect on our experiences, I would like to invite all of us to take some slow, deep breaths and to focus our hearts as we come together to reflect on sharing our experiences related to teaching from a heart-centered place. I invite you to slow your breathing and visualize the breath moving through the heart and returning to the environment around you. I would like you to picture a time when you felt at ease, when you felt appreciation, and when you felt wholeness. The photographs show a place that I've been to several times called Slide Rock State Park. It's in outside of Sedona, Arizona, and it's been a special place of healing and fun for my family and myself over the years. Look back in time and remember what it was like to be a child who played, was a member of a family, and who had dreams and fears for the future. Recall experiences that may have motivated you to be both a nurse and a teacher. Moving along the timeline, consider your time as a novice nurse and a novice faculty. Look into the future now for yourself personally and for nursing education. Now, if you would, be open to remembering the physical places, the various milieus in which you were a nursing faculty. Was that in cities, large or small colleges or universities? See those places now. What do they look like? How do you feel? Now consider the social aspects of those milieus, the people you were close to and the people you stayed away from. Consider the persons you worked alongside of each day. See the faces and the seas of faces, the students, the faculty, the staff. Consider yourself as a person with individual needs and concerns, successes and failures. This concludes the meditation. The pieces of the research from this point forward are to watch this video and ask any questions you may have via phone or email, and to think of a story about your life as a nursing faculty teaching from the heart. Create a collage that depicts or illuminates your experience or some aspect of it. Now, this collage can be 8 by 11 or 11 by 14 on poster board. It does not have to be elaborate. 8 to 10 images or words will be enough. You may find those images and words in catalogs, magazines, or online. I've especially found Google Images to be helpful. You can also create the words in any way you want to. If you want to do more than that, it's available to you. You can use any kind of decorative craft or art supply you wish. So you're going to find and create words or pictures that describe or remind you of teaching from the heart and your story, your particular story. Arrange them and glue them to the poster board. At the very end of the study, I would like you to send your collages to me. But right after you create them, if you could take a photograph of them and email it to me, that would be sufficient. Then you'll email or call me to arrange a time to discuss your collage and your story via Skype. After you create the collage and our conversation is transcribed, please read the transcripts or texts that I send you. Those are called research texts. And schedule another phone call with the researcher to offer any additions, corrections, or revisions you have. It's allowable to change your story. The next thing would be to choose from one of the group discussions I'll be scheduling to share stories with other faculty members. So for those discussions, we'll have a conference call, and you'll give input to me after that on the final texts that are created, and you may resign from the study at any time you wish to. Below is my contact information, and if you try to reach me and I'm not available, I will do my best to return your call or your email within 24 hours. If anything changes or is added to your story, please write it down so that you can share it with the group and the researcher in the final discussion. It may be a memory that surfaces, an experience, an emotion you recall, a conversation. So I've already mentioned about emailing a photo of your collage to me, and then email or call to arrange a time to tell me your story and discuss your collage. All of these formal sessions of the research will be recorded. After all the transcripts have been typed, there will be a follow-up call. I will send the transcripts to you and will appreciate your comments and corrections. And you may contact me anytime during this study to ask questions. Here's my information. Thank you very much.